Hello and welcome back. So today I'm actually going to go further into the checklist for hEDS. And as part of the Beighton scale, if you are 1 point below age or gender specific, the cutoff, which is actually just age, if you meet 2 or more of these following criteria, you actually pass on the Beighton scale. Could you now or ever place your hands on the floor, flat on the floor without bending your knees, which is actually one of the criteria for the Beighton scale too, which is interesting. Can you now or could you ever bend your thumb to your forearm, to touch your forearm? Once again, part of the Beighton scale. As a child, did you amuse your friends by contorting your body into strange shapes, or could you do the splits? As a child or teenager, did your shoulder or kneecap dislocate on more than one occasion? Or do you consider yourself double jointed? So if you meet 2 of those and you're 1 point below, then you actually pass on the Beighton scale. I believe the thumb for the thumb to the forearm and the hands flat on the floor are because we do stiffen as we get older. So hopefully that helps understand the Beighton scale and where to rate yourself there. If you qualify based on the points or the added point, then you go on to criteria 2. And for the sake of this video, because feature A is really long, I'm going to go on to feature B and C of criteria 2, and 2 or more, either a feature A, feature B, or feature C must be present. And so you would need any 2, not all 3. You must have feature B is a positive family history of 1 or more first-degree relatives, independently meeting the criteria for hEDS, meaning that you have a relative that meets it with just feature A and feature C, and another relative that meets it with feature B and feature C, and that would qualify, or one that meets it with B and A and one with A and C. You will have to have a relative that meets it with A and C, because you can't have B without having A and C, without someone having A and C. So feature C is you must have at least one of the following: musculoskeletal pain in 2 or more limbs recurring daily for at least 3 months, or chronic widespread pain for greater than 3 months, or recurrent joint dislocations or frank joint instability in the presence of trauma. That does not mean you have to dislocate. It may mean that the joint's just unstable. My kids and I, we can move our kneecap back and forth with no issue. We can dislocate the kneecap, but we weren't dislocating at the time. It's not noticed, but it is obviously very unstable. I have a son who just rolling his arm can take his arm and it's popping in and out of the joint. Very, but it's not counted as a dislocation. It's just very unstable. So that counts towards that. One misconception is that you have to dislocate and had multiple dislocations throughout your life to qualify as hEDS. Obviously, if you have A and B, you don't need to have C, and obviously you don't even have to dislocate if you have the pain. So that's something to keep in mind, and make sure that you are not thinking you don't have it, or one of your patients, if you're a doctor, doesn't have it just because they aren't dislocating. Thank you for your time, and we will see you in the next video.